Hi Tina, how are you today?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Good, I'm glad you're back. Just want to review with you the HIPAA policy and the confidentiality. Um, just know that anything that we say will stay here unless we feel that you're intending to do harm to yourself or someone else.
Okay.
Also, that just a reminder that this session is being recorded. Let's start off with why you're here today.
Um, I need to figure out how to manage my time for my home, my social, and school. It's seems like all I do is go to school, sleep, and go to work, and I'm lacking in my social life, and that's really important to me because that's when I get to spend my time with my family and my friends.
Right. So, what's the actual problem that you think that it's causing?
Well, before I used to be the person that everybody would call, like, let's call Tina to get her to organize something for us, or let's call her and see what she's doing, gonna go out, go to movies, go do whatever it may be. And now I'm lucky if I get a Facebook message saying that everybody else is getting ready to go out because they're assuming I'm home asleep because I work overnight right now, but I'm getting ready to change shifts soon.
Right.
So that's where I'm at.
So you're really stressing because of your social life
Right.
is been diminished. Are you having trouble with time management?
Somewhat, because where I work overnight, I work 12 to 8, and I work with severely autistic consumers, so I had to be awoke when I'm at work. So when I get out of class, I want to go straight to sleep because I have to be to work at midnight, and it takes me at least 20 minutes to get to my job. Or if they call me at the last minute and say they need me to go to another house, it may take me a half an hour to get there. So my sleep is being broke, and sometimes I'm procrastinating or late on doing my homework.
Right. So now, do you feel depressed at all because you're not hanging out with your friends or have the same social?
A little, because that's the biggest part of my life. Like my friends and my family, because we always had people around. But now, kind of where people are older and can do things on their own, they don't have to really depend on my family because, like I said before, everybody's always been to our house. But now everybody's older now, so they have their own cars. They have their own group of friends, and I don't feel like I'm in that circle anymore.
Mm. So how many classes are you taking this semester?
I'm taking 5 in class and 1 online.
Okay, so you have 18 credits altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel like that? How do you feel about that load? Like how's your
My
workload?
classwork isn't hard, but it's just, do I go to sleep and get up and do it, or do I do it now and then miss out on sleep? So I don't really know what I should do about it.
Right. Give me a brief synopsis of what your typical day at work is or evening at work.
When I get up about anywhere between 11:30. I have like 3 alarms to get me up because when I go to sleep, I sleep hard because I'm in school right after I get off. And when I finally do get to lay my head down, I had to set these alarms. My alarms start going off at 11:10, 11:30, and 11. If I'm still home at 11:45, that means I better get my butt up and rush to work because I'm going to be late. So once I get there, we had these things called bed checks that we have to do for my clients. So when I get there, I have to check to see if they're in bed or if they're up and document that on our system that we use for my job. Sometimes I'm able to sit at work, and we're not supposed to do our homework there. So it really makes it hard for me to try to figure out when I'm going to get it done if I didn't get it done before I went to sleep. Um, if my client isn't so busy, then I can sit and relax and like maybe focus on just some things that I remember from class that I need to do, or just things to refresh my mind so when I get to class, if there's questions I need to ask, I can ask, or maybe write them down. I mean, I can do stuff like that, but I can't actually do my actual homework.
Right, so you can't read your textbook or nothing like that.
We're not allowed. Some people do it, but I've just been one of those people that are scared that because our supervisors do come in the middle of the night and they don't announce themselves, then I'm gonna get caught.
Right.
So I just choose
It's
not
not
to
worth
do it.
worth the test. What's the progression of the night as you do the bed checks and they sleep and then you're there while they sleep, or?
Right, yeah, I'm there while they sleep. My one client, she don't really sleep. So the other reason why I'm so tired is she has this obsession with the numbers lock key on the keyboard. It has to be off, and if it's on, she's gonna go turn it off. Um, we popped the key off. Well, she was smart enough to pop another key out and put it in there to turn it off. So I don't know why she's only been doing this for like a month, but she just has an obsession with it now, and she just cannot get any rest. So she keeps going back and forth. But she's not the only consumer there. There's another consumer there, and there's also a house counselor that sleeps overnight. So I try to do everything that I can do to keep her quiet or to keep her out of that back room because it's right next door to the house counselor's room. So it's like a task, following her back and forth in the house, like trying to get her to stop. So I'm up and down, chasing behind her. My other consumer, her paycheck has to be done every hour. So it kind of wears me sometime when I can't get in the system if I'm following behind her roommate. Right. So it's kind of hectic. And even though they let us know if it gets too busy to wake up the house counselor, let her clock in and to help you, I just know working the house counselor shift before you're barely getting enough sleep while you're there anyway. So I just try not to have to do that. Right. I feel like I'm just really busy at work, but I have to work because I got a brand new car that I got a car paying for. Right. So I just can't not work. And when I do work, I work for 7 days and I'm off for 7 days. So I'm getting my 80 hours all in 1 week as well. So it's challenging.
Yeah, so you do a lot. Now, when you have your 7 days off, what's your typical day look like?
When 7 days off, I have a lot more time to do my work because I can sleep and get up at the last minute to do it. But still getting up, going to school, kind of in the middle of my day kind of throws me off because as before last semester I had all my classes in the morning. So I could go home, do any housework I need to do, laundry, go visit people, hang out, and things like that. But with me doing this overnight shift really messes with my social life because I'm 26 years old. I don't have any kids. So I still feel like I should be able to do certain things that I'm not, have totally been cut off. And mostly because I've had a time frame put on the time that I need to get out of school. So that's also something else that puts pressure on me because right. I don't want to fail a class or I don't want to lack in another class to do better in this class so I can get out of school on time. And right now, I don't know if I'm going to get out of school by next May, maybe more like the summer or December. But I want to be done by May, but I'm not sure right now if that's going to happen.
And what's the downfall of you not completing school on time?
Well, my dad, he retired last year and he pays for me to go to school. This is the first semester I ever got financial aid, but it was only $1,200. So that's going to be split between this semester and next semester. It's only like $600 some dollars. And I think like 50 of it went to being able to print stuff on campus. I didn't even know they did that until I looked. Right. But my dad was like, I want you to be out of school by this December because I'm tired of paying for you to go to school. Right. I felt bad having to tell him like that I'm not gonna be done by December. So when I went to see my advisor, who's supposed to be advising me, but she doesn't really do that, I found out there's just more classes that I had to take. Right. So I took the load of 6 this semester, going to take the load of 6 next semester, but I have some electives that they might not let me use. So even though it's only electives that I might have to take through December, that's still me prolonging what my dad wants to do with his money.
So a lot of it's financial, is based on a financial
right.
time constraint. Understood. So when you have your 7 days on, what is your weekends? What does your weekends look like during your week on versus your week off?
My week on is a 16-hour shift. So I get up, I would have to go back because I'm switching back to the house counselor shift. So I won't be working 12 to 8 anymore. I'll be doing the split shift. So once I start work this Friday, I'll go in at 2 and clock out at 10. Then I'll get up in the morning at 6 a.m. and then I'm on the clock until 10. So on Saturday and Sundays, I work 16-hour shifts. And then come Monday morning, I clock in at 6 and I get off at 8:30. Then I have this break in the middle of my day until 3. But my school schedule doesn't permit me to go to work at 3. So my job is working around that. They're going to find coverage for me, but then that still means I have to make up 9 hours somewhere
throughout the
by the
week.
end of the week.
So you really have your hands full
Right.
and not a lot of control over what you can do with your time.
Right.
So have you thought about, I know that it's difficult because the social part of your life is a really big part of your life, but have you thought about not focusing on it so much while you're in school until you're done and then pick it up and continue it from then on? But while you're in school and you're working, instead of stressing about how much time you don't have, just focus on the time that you do have, and then know that once school is done, you can pick up the pace on the social life later on. Or is that?
I thought about it, but it wasn't something I wanted particularly to do. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of being forced into it regardless. I don't have a choice. Um, because like I said, I had to make my car payment.
Right.
I had to pay my cell phone bill. I do stay home, but that's all I do is stay home.
Right.
My parents don't pay for anything else, and not that they wouldn't if I asked them, but I don't like the feeling of
Right.
owing people money or borrowing money. I'm 26 years old, so I feel like I should be able to do it by myself.
Right.
So right now, I've basically told my friends, like, I'm still here. You guys can call me, you can text me, or anything like that. But when I'm in school, I'm in school. I don't really need you contacting me like that because it throws me off. Sometimes I just cannot focus. Right.
So what do you think your strengths would be that would help you get through this?
I think being determined, because before I was okay with getting like just C's because I knew they were passing, but I was selected to be on a honor society, a leadership honor society. So that made me feel like I had to be a leader to these other students, and even just for an example for my friends, because some of my friends have gone back to school because they're like, well, gosh, we need to get up there with you. Like, what are we still doing working at McDonald's or Walmart? You're doing this, we can do it too. So, I mean, that makes me feel good. I get to see my friends in passing now, and some of them are going to school. They know what school they go to, because, everybody don't have the means to come down to UVS.
Right.
But, I don't know. I feel like I've told them on Thursdays, my every other Thursday, because Thursday's college nights, really important to me that I make it out there. If I have my work done. But I would say that I'm more focused, and my determination to get out of school would be like my strengths, being focused and being determined to, I don't know, beat the odds. Because I've had some family tell me, gosh, you've been in school forever and you're ever going to get done. Probably not. So, I mean, that to be able to, might sound bad, but to throw back in their face when I have the diploma.
Right.
That's
your motivation.
Yeah.
Right. And it does sound like you're finding alternative ways to find a little bit of social life in between all of your responsibilities and your workload. So you just have to see about focusing on not stressing about your lack of social life. Right. Because that's what I'm hearing is a big part of you're more worried about the social life, and that's what causes the stress. You still have it, just not as much as you would like. Correct. Right. Okay, so you're fine. You're figuring it out a little as you go along. So what I would like you to do is think about some subjects. Think about what we've discussed today and some things that you've talked about, and see if you can come up with some other time saving things. I know you talked about having to set your alarm 3 times, and I know sleep is important to everybody, especially students and students with jobs. Mm-hmm. But see if there's other areas in your day where you could do some time-saving activities that could possibly help you get your schoolwork done in a more efficient manner. So that way you might have some time left over to do some more social type things with your friends. So think about that so that when we come back the next time, we can talk about that. But other than that, that ends our session for today, and I thank you for coming in, coming back and talking with me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.